Thank you. His Excellency President Joko Widodo, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be here amongst you all on this beautiful island of Bali, the island of the gods, for this important multi-stakeholder meeting on global water challenges. I thank the government and the people of Indonesia for their hospitality, and I extend my sincere appreciation to His Excellency President Widodo for his leadership and commitment in co-hosting this event with the World Water Council. May I take this time to express my deep sadness in hearing of the tragic loss of precious lives last week in Sumatra following devastating floods and landslides. I extend my deepest condolences that all the citizens of Fiji, to the affected families and communities, as we pray for their swift recovery from this disaster. Excellencies, the forum theme of water for shared prosperities is very significant for a shared planet and destiny. Therefore, the vitality of water cannot be overemphasized, as it is the very essence of life, the pulse of our planet, and the vital element that connects us all. From the tiniest microbe to the tallest trees, from bustling cities to remote villages, water sustains life, nourishes our body, fuels our economy, and shapes our environment. This World Water Forum is a timely occasion for all stakeholders in this international decade on action on water for sustainable development to take stock of our progress and address ongoing challenges to SDG 6, access to clean water and sanitation. For us, for many of us in the Pacific, being remote island states and smaller in size, we have a special relation and dependency on natural environment. This relationship has increasingly becoming fragile as rapidly changing climate, sea level rise, and extreme weather events batter our already delicate ecosystem, compounding our access to water and food. Access to water is critical to our sustainable development and to our livelihoods, which is why its responsible management is vital for our shared future, especially in the times of worsening climate change. It is an integral part of our effort towards achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, as we double our efforts towards ensuring that everyone gets access to clean water and sanitation, including those related to health, education, gender, and poverty alleviation by 2030. Water covers 70% of our planet, with the Pacific Ocean accounting for 30% of it. Yet only a small fraction of the water is fresh and readily accessible for human use. Water is the core of our existence, as without it, life as we know would not be possible. Beyond its role in sustaining life, water is a critical driver of economic growth and development. Agriculture, which feeds the world, is the biggest consumer of water, accounting for nearly 70% of global water use. Millions of farmers depend on reliable water sources to grow the crops that feed families and communities. Industries, from manufacturing to energy production, also rely on water. Hydroelectric power plants harness the energy of flowing water to generate electricity. Fishing communities depending on healthy waterways for their livelihood. Tourism is a significant economic driver in many regions and thrives on beautiful lakes, rivers, and coastline. Despite its importance, water is a scarce resource facing significant challenges. Climate change, population growth, and industrialization are putting unprecedented pressure on our water supplies. Drought and water scarcity are becoming more frequent, threatening food security and livelihoods. Pollution from industrial waste and agricultural runoff contaminates our rivers and lakes, endangering both ecosystem and human health. To ensure a sustainable future, we must adopt a responsible approach to water management. Conservation efforts like reducing water waste and protecting watersheds are crucial. Government, businesses, and individuals must work together to invest in infrastructure, implement efficient water use practices, and promote awareness about the value of water. Excellencies, in Fiji, the government has developed water policies, strategies and governance mechanisms to guide sustainable water management practices. By strengthening institutional capacity and regulatory frameworks, Fiji aims to enhance water governance and ensure equitable access to water resources for all Fijians, and all development initiatives are more focused to improve and ensure that our people get access to water, and a human right legislated and enshrined in our constitution. Fiji's government has accelerated its effort to achieve water-related SDGs, aiming to build a resilient, inclusive, sustainable and quality society. Like all countries, water infrastructure in Fiji faces many challenges, from growing population that severely impacts the aging water infrastructure, urbanization pressure and demands, increasing threats of agriculture and industry, as well as adverse impacts of the worsening climate change. Currently in Fiji, many areas, the water sector is not meeting the supply and demand needs, whilst the number of critical water shortages and water restrictions are increasing. Fiji's water and sanitation infrastructure is old and operating far beyond the capacity for which it was intended for. Pipes are leaking at an alarming rate that almost half the treated water that travels through is lost. There is also a deep imbalance in the supply of clean drinking water and the sanitation between urban and rural Fijians. Fiji's climate, like the rest of the world, has changed with prolonged dry periods when it used to be wet season and flooding rains in the areas expected to be dry. Water infrastructure is increasingly vulnerable to this climate change and associated river behavior, thus magnifying the need to build future-proof and climate-resilient infrastructure, which we estimate to cost $4 billion US. The Fiji government is currently finalizing the National Water Resource Management and Sanitation Policy, which will ensure the proper management of water resources. Water supply and sanitation in Fiji, where 82% of the people currently have access to drinking water sources. Furthermore, Fijian government has a vision of 100% access to clean and safe water for all citizens in urban areas and rural areas by 2031. As we move forward from here, it is important to recognize that water is not only a resource, it's a shared responsibility. We recognize that there is no one-size-fits-all solution, but we must start now or the challenge will become increasingly harder to overcome. Let us embrace the principles of sustainability and stewardship, ensuring that our future generations inherit a world where water continues to sustain life, nourish communities and support vibrant economies. Collectively, we can secure a future where water remains the lifeblood of our planet and a source of hope and opportunities for all. I wish to conclude once again by thanking the co-host, the Government of Indonesia and the World Water Council for organizing this important event. This 10th World Water Forum presents a unique opportunity for leaders and invited delegations to engage in constructive dialogue, collaboration and action on water-related issues, contributing to the achievement of water-related goals and targets at national and global level. I thank you and Vinaka Wakalim.